Oh, happy day. Happy day. Yeah, they did it. Texas legislature came through. Yeah, we're all happy. Craft beer enthusiasts rejoice. Texas is no longer the Lone Star State. Mind blown, folks. That means production breweries like Eighth Wonder Brewery, Southern Star Brewing Company, can now sell beer. Ready for this? It's going to sound insane. To go. You can actually go to the brewery and buy beer to take home. It's amazing. Now, I know what you're thinking. Here, we'll just turn down the celebration music here just a little bit here. There we go. There we go. A little background. Still feeling good. Feels so good. You know that people in Congress, in the state Senate, in the House of Representatives can actually get something done. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Wait for it. Here. Yes! We can now buy beer to go! Yay! Eighth Wonder. Southern Star Brewing Company. Production breweries can now buy beer. You can go there and buy beer to go. Oh, happy day. So let's get to the news, because this is breaking. Again, Texas no longer the Lone Star State, because we were the only state in the country where you could not go to a production brewery like Southern Star or Eighth Wonder and buy beer to go. So let's get to the news. Breaking news here in a press release that has come out from, here it is. Oh, there's the news. There it is. Okay. For immediate release, coming at us from Craft Pack and the Texas Brewers Guild, TABC, that's the Texas Alcoholic Beverage Commission, the Sunset Bill passes Texas Senate with beer to go. This comprehensive bill, which has now passed both legislative chambers, contains historic gains for Texas craft brewers and you, the consumers. Yes. Announced today, May 23rd, 2019. Put that in the old history books right there, folks. Texas is no longer the Lone Star State, because Austin says production breweries can now sell beer to go, and what is being called a landmark victory for the Texas craft brewing industry and craft beer consumers. The bill's going to hit the desk of Governor Greg Abbott and is expected to go into effect September 1st, 2019. So, what exactly is in this landmark legislation? Well, let's get to it. Let's find out what we've been fighting over a decade for, to find out what just now we could find compromise on and get through this landmark legislation. First of all, we have the harmonization of beer. The harmonization of beer, what is that, you ask? I'm so glad you asked. Believe it or not, malt beverages is what we would call a beer like this, under 5% alcohol by volume, whereas anything above 5% would be called ale. And that would go for lagers as well. Even though lagers aren't ales, if it's above 5%, it gets called an ale. Well, they said this is ridiculous. Can we just put it all under one category? And it is now being all labeled one single category, malt beverage. So the confusion is gone in that area. Thank goodness for that, because golly, can you imagine the hill you had to die on to get that passed through? Whew. You won't call it all the same thing? That's nonsense. Okay, I digress. Come back. All right, let's see what else they're doing. Oh, they're lowering the beer excise tax. That's always good. So less burden on small businesses, and those people produce jobs and the beers we like to drink. So hello. That's always good. Self-distributing brewers, they no longer have to worry about how they're going to get beer in out of markets. Before, if they had any beer over 5%, they weren't ABV. They were not allowed to put that beer in a cold storage warehouse outside of their home market. So now they can do that. That's fascinating. Oh, happy days. Yep, and the streamlining, oh yeah, the streamlining of all this is going to make label approval go so much faster, because they are now using, what is this, the federal certificate of label approval and accepting it on the state level, because apparently Texas was not doing that we weren't allowing that to be part of the deal. So I don't know why that was. I have no idea, but who knows? Anyway, we've got happy days here amongst us. We are cheering. We have so much to be excited about here in Texas. So the good news is you can go to Production Brewery apparently starting September 1st and be able to buy beer to go home. Now it is limited to, there is another part of this that is a limit here. You are going to be limited to, you ready for this? Because they don't want anybody going home with too much beer. You are limited to 288 fluid ounces of beer per calendar day from a brewery's tasting room. That allotment is the equivalent of one case of 12-ounce bottles or cans or 9 32-ounce crowlers. Thank goodness they did the math for us on that, and heaven forbid if we were able to take home 2 cases. What? We're limited to 1, but you know what? Hey, at least it's progress. We're getting somewhere. It took us over a decade to get this passed, and the compromise was, no way you're taking 2 cases of beer home. No, that's just too much. 1. So that's it. So now all beer is going to be called a malt beverage, whether it's an ale, whether it's a lager, whether it's non-alcoholic. If it's a malt beverage, it's a malt beverage. There you go. We've streamlined the labeling process so that the federal laws now apply statewide. And hey, Texas is no longer the Lone Star State. If you go to a production brewery like Eighth Wonder Brewery or Seven Star Brewing Company, you can now buy beer to go. Effective September 1st, assuming Greg Abbott doesn't mess this up. All right. Do we have any more Happy Day music? That's what I want to know. Do we have any more Happy Day music? Is there more Happy? What happened to our Happy Day music? Oh, there it is. Hold on. Let's go back. I want to hear it one more time because it's what we need. There it is. Happy Day. Oh, happy day. Congratulations to all of you who got out and supported Craft Pack, the Texas craft brewers out there, and the Brewers Guild, Texas Brewers Guild. We want to thank everybody who's been following this story and keeping up with it. Man, I'm so happy. We got something done in Austin, and it benefits consumers and small craft brewers. This is exciting. So follow us on all of our social media. Hi, Gail. I just gave everybody the wonderful news. Oh, happy day. Yeah, we can now go to production breweries and buy beer. Woo! No longer the Lone Star State. I am Chad Pilbeam on behalf of all the independent craft brewers out there who are celebrating this monumental and historic legislation. Go drink craft and celebrate that your representation in Austin did their job for you and craft brewers. Chad Pilbeam for What's on Tap Radio. Cheers!